Hey, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Az. We are back here with a pre-recorded message. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day and a fantastic week. I'm currently on vacay, but if you guys are seeing this, you'll see that I do have some gameplay or some pre-recorded videos. And on top of that as well, I will try to get my tower and some of the other stuff uploaded here. It just won't be with the commentary side of things like I usually do, but ultimately, I have no idea what the video is about, so apologies now in advance, but hopefully you guys are able to get through whatever I am making a video about, question mark. Other than that, hopefully you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. I will be back in about a week and a little bit, and I'll be back to my regular, my regular, whatever you want to call it, regular whatever. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for, for chiming in on the comments as well here, and I'll do my best to kind of address those upon my return. Other than that, guys, thank you, and I will see you guys in the next one. What is going on, guys? It's your boy Az. We are back here. We're going to briefly be talking today on my baby account here about four teams that are just amazing for all the different game modes, whether it's Dark Dimension, whether it's the towers. They're just so well-rounded, and really you should just be focusing a lot of your resources on these key teams here. We're going to also demonstrate how good they are with the current tower as well here. We'll use the Fear Tower because that is quite important for Quicksilver. And just before we begin, let's just quickly jump into the achievements here so you guys can kind of see how long I've been playing this baby account for. So we started this account back in January. So approximately, if we're going off of the calendar year here, approximately I think I've been at it for about 8 months or slash about 200 and some days. So you can slap it on the calendar and figure it out if you want. But yeah, nonetheless, not a very old account, very, very new still. And I would still consider myself to be probably on this account, even though we are level 108. I wouldn't say I'm end game by any means. I'd still say I'm early slash maybe I'm starting to get into the mid game ish, maybe. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents there. So let's quickly talk about the teams here. Again, you guys can disagree or agree or disagree with me on these teams, but I feel like right now these teams have been very impactful in a lot of different game modes, and of course as well with respect to Dark Dimension, raids. I feel like their value is really, really great. So anyways, let's quickly jump in here. First and foremost, the most obvious team here is the new arena meta team. Makes a lot of sense to put resources into this team because they're so good everywhere you use them. In war, in arena, in Cosmic Crucible. So it makes a lot of sense to use them here. And on top of that, they're also really, really good with towers as well. Whether it's the current Fear Tower, Spider Tower, there's a lot of usage here. And you can even use them now in the raids because of the way that they've revamped the T-raids, right? The second team is a combination of Fantastic Four, and I kind of threw some Brimstone in there, but obviously the 3 MCUs were the previous arena metas, but no one's really going to build up Thing and Torch. But they're also still very good in the cosmic sections for Dark Dimension, so this is why we have that 3-piece unit. And then on top of that, we can combine them with Daimon and with Living Mummy, because we don't really need the other members of the Brimstone members. Living Mummy and Daimon kind of do it all. Not only just for Dark Dimension, but Daimon and Living Mummy serve another purpose as well. They're also very, very good with getting Echoes of Abyss Knull unlock. And then Living Mummy, there's a trick now as well with the Sentry boss fight, right? So 2 very, very key characters, and very important as well for, like I said, for your game's progression. And they have a lot of unique abilities that will make them quite a pain in the arse, especially in the towers as well here, making it very impressive that they can conquer some of these dangerous characters. And then last but not least, our Insidious 6. I don't know if people will agree or disagree. I've always loved this team. I'm a big spider nut as well here, so I don't have the Amazing Avengers built up yet on this account, but they would definitely be up there as well here. But the Insidious 6, you need them for Dark Dimension 8. You need them for Dark Dimension 9. You need them for Professor Xavier. It's really, really hard to not like these guys. They're also needed for raids, and they have so much synergy with each other. So that's the lineup, guys. I want to keep it simple, keep it straightforward. Symbiote 6, arena slash, previous arenas. And we do cover a lot of bases here. We have a city team. We have a few global team members involving the Brimstone, plus Quicksilver Symbiote is also a global member. And then we also have the Cosmic from the 3 MCUs. So this is kind of the lineup. And then there's a couple of extras here I'll just mention that are still very good for the game's progression, but also if you need to use them in other game modes. I haven't built up my Jeff just yet because we didn't have the resources to, but Sentry is one of those ones where I would say he is very, very good. We haven't leveled him up just yet either, as much as we should have, but very, very good in a lot of different tower events. And I'm hoping to get, hopefully get him up some more. And then, of course, as well, Old Man Logan is Old Man Logan. Also want to get more stars on him, but just haven't had time to play on this account. So that is the lineup in a nutshell, guys. Hopefully it makes sense. And hopefully, let's quickly jump into the gameplay so we can show what these guys can do. Okay, so let's actually use, we're going to use a Daimon comp. We can probably use Fantastic Four or something too on this one. This one I just decided, you know what, let's not use Fantastic Four and just save them if we need to. But yeah, keep in mind, you don't need a lot of nodes to get a lot of shards on Quicksilver. You only really need a couple of sections, and then you're able to get a ton of shards. So we open up with Daimon's massive ultimate. Probably one of the only characters in this game where he is so good in so many different game modes. Sentry boss, Echoes of Abyss boss. He's going to be good for Dark Dimension. He's going to be good for Xavier. He's going to be good for Shadow King boss, Xavier. Yeah, there's not a lot not to like about Daimon, so having him here is massive as well. And Living Mummy here, same thing. You need him for Echoes of Abyss. You need him for, well, you don't need him, but he definitely helps, right? We have Sam here for the extra speed, and Old Man Logan is Old Man Logan, so he's just here for the stuns and the extra pings, but hopefully you guys are able to see that there. We also take advantage that we also have a geared up Sentry with his T4s, so he's going to be able to do some good amount of damage as well here, just passively being on the other board. Sentry has also been shown in a lot of different game modes on my main account. He just shines. He shines wherever we put him, and he just does so much damage, which you don't even realize. You don't even realize he does so much damage until you realize he's on the other side. And playing the Surfer Breaker or the Scorpion Breaker as well with Sentry, absolutely phenomenal. He just does so much damage. Can't say enough about Sentry. Probably should have geared him up sooner than later, but here we are. So anyways, throw the special here. It's going to do some good amount of damage. Get some good bleeds across as well. Like I said, you don't need this exact team. You can probably slap in Fantastic Four as well to make pretty short work of this first section here, but we do it here. And like I said, it's very, very straightforward, very, very smooth. Not too many hiccups. We just have lots going on here. Obviously, if these guys hit us once, they can kill us. This is why Living Mummy is so good here, because he has the defense up. He's got the revive once. He's got the taunt. He's got the speed up. What doesn't he have, right? So this is why we brought him up in the first place. He is probably, in my opinion, one of the best taunters in the game here, especially when he's paired with Daimon, and he can really give that speed and defense up to him as well, and just fuels the entire team. And this is why he's so good with Echoes of Abyss, right? A key character for Knull unlock, so hence why we use him here as well. So make sure you guys yeah, like I said, not a waste of resources to build these guys up here, and you don't need them to be super powerful. Having that drain from Daimon's nice as well, the 10% health drain, but obviously his bread and butter is the ultimate that he opens with here, and his amazing speed. It makes it very, very difficult. Our Sentry, like I said, in our cap wasn't super overly strong, and against these Omega level characters that are supposed to be the end game of end games, we do a pretty good job holding our own here. So hopefully that makes sense, and hopefully you guys are able to figure out some solutions as well if you don't have these specific characters. Having, like I said, Living Mummy and Daimon are kind of the core pieces, and having Old Man Logan helps as well here, but you don't necessarily need to have them. You just need to have some other powerful characters to kind of line them up. Actually, Hellcat might even be good as well. Okay, so going in here, we're going to speed this one up a little bit because of the fact that it is very straightforward when we have Knull and the Quicksilver gang. Quicksilver does his thing, opening with the massive ult that he always does, but unfortunately mine's a little bit weaker, so obviously you can tell here with the resistance on these guys, very, very, very strong. But nonetheless, we do our thing here. We start trying to spread some negatives here thanks to Riot. He'll get kind of things started for us, and we also have lots of pings, lots of nice damage as well from our Knull. Once we get some actual diamonds on him, that will also be a very impactful difference as well. But like I said, very, very powerful character here. And this team is very, very good in a lot of different towers, a lot of different game modes, because they thrive on basically doing damage. And once they start getting a few kills, the whole team just gets faster thanks to that carnage that we summon from Knull, right? And as you guys see here, just starting to spread negatives, getting things going here, and not too, like I said, nothing too crazy to talk about here, other than the fact that once we get more shards on Riot, once we get more shards on Toxin as well, this team is just going to get even stronger and better. And yeah, like I said, it's very, very strong team. Safeguard, taunts, defense up, immunity. And then, of course, as well, every time we get these guys kind of lower on their health, we also feel the speed bar as well, thanks to the carnage. So very, very powerful, very, very good team here. I think in my main account, we used our Vigilante on this team, and yeah, they did struggle a little bit here. So, I mean, obviously using Symbiote 6 is very, very powerful here because we use it so early on, but we have to use this team because these guys hit hard, and we're running this in Omega, right? So very, very good considering our account isn't too old, and we're able to still maximize on taking advantage of the fact that we're not trying to outplay these guys. We're just trying to be very crafty with our team comps so that we can kind of bypass a lot of that massive stat differences, right? Between our characters and these characters, right? Because yeah, I think our Riot's only 3 stars and our Toxin's only 3 stars. And yeah, nothing crazy there. But yeah, hopefully you guys are able to see that here. And yeah, once you really get going here and get the kills, leave Nova last. He's a bit tankier, so it takes a little bit longer. But yeah, you guys can see here that even with our immense Knull, still very challenging, and you got to be very careful here as well. But like I said, fairly straightforward once you kind of get the momentum on our side. And keep Knull's special as well to always flip. It's just whenever he gets his turn in, then he can flip the negatives. But yeah, he is very, very good here. And they really get outsped by the Symbiote 6. So hopefully you guys are able to see that here. And you won't regret building this team, guys. Next arena meta, current arena meta, they're going to be sticking around for a long time, just like the Fantastic Four have. And the Fantastic Four are still sticking around, despite the fact that this new arena team has come into the fold. So just keep that in mind. Hopefully it makes sense, and hopefully you guys are able to get through it as well. All right, so the third section, we'll just use our Symbiote 6. You can probably use your Fantastic Four as well, but the Insidious 6 works really great here because there's so much synergy. As we've already mentioned before, this team itself is so well-rounded for a lot of the different sections for Professor Xavier, Blue Marvel, and it's no different here. Opening up with the special, right, getting things going for us. We got a bit of turn meter as well because they've got the heroes on that side, so it gives us a little bit more extra speed for the Vulture passive, and then allowing us to do the ability block here, and the evasion gives this team amazing amounts of sustain. Don't forget, Hobgoblin special is absolute killer. He's going to shred and do the defense down, and then other than that, yeah, it's pretty much smooth sailing once we just get some attacks in, get the turn meter rewind as well from Vulture, get some rewind from Shocker. There's not a lot we don't like about this team. And then to boot, we also have the Safeguard giving us our team a little bit of protection as well here from this very nasty previous former arena meta team, right? So very effective here. So hopefully you guys are able to see that. Hopefully you guys are able to get through your section as well here. For the most part, I think it's fairly straightforward, and we're going to be able to collect and see how many shards of Symbiote we can get here after we get through this section here. But yeah, very straightforward, very simple, very easy to do. And again, like I said, if there's a team you want to push for, this would be a good one here, not just for the Symbiote Tower. This team was used extensively as well for the Blade Tower, Storm Tower. You can use this one on the Storm Tower as well here on one of the earlier sections, and you can also use this team on the Spider Tower, which they're pretty much one of the requirements as well. So a lot of value here, and they are also a raid team, so obviously you know that their value is going to stay for a little bit here, at least until we know what the next tech raid team is. And like I said, these guys do a very good job of it here. All right, so all done. And previously we did have a 3-star on our symbiote before the event. Before the event rewards. So not too bad. Now, having completed the 3 nodes that we did, we were able to push our 3-star symbiote to a 6-star. So very, very good amount of shards here. And again, just going back into the tower here, you'll see that we only really have 3 sections that we needed to do with those key teams. I could probably push more. I just wanted to keep it simple for this video, but hopefully you guys were able to see that here. And again, like I said, we can probably most likely use our Fantastic Four on this next section. Yeah, we didn't get a chance to use them there. But either way, those teams that we used worked great. And now we can kind of take advantage of the fact that we have a built-up Quicksilver symbiote. Knull is also built up as well here. So we'll all very great characters. But hopefully this made sense, guys. Hopefully you guys were able to get some value out of this video.